Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Yasodanandana Brajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Brajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jayo Radhamadhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Yasodanandana Brajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jayo Radhamadhava Kunja Bihari Jayo Radhamadhava Kunja Bihari Jam Vishnupar Pramang Superivraj Kacharya Satra Sata C. Mati Ranika Swami Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktanta Swamrat Srila Prabhupada Ki Jam Vishnupar Pramang Superivraj Kacharya Satra Sata C. Mati Ranika Swami Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada Ki Anant Kori Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Iskcon Franchise Srila Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Siga Hosi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Siveti Giradhar Shiva Siddhi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Se Shri Hare Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Vrindavan Dhama Ki Mathura Dhama Ki Jagannath-puri Dhama Ki Shri Mayapur Navadvip Dhama Ki Ganga Mai Namai Ki Tulsi Dev Bhakti Devi Ki Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Nitai Gaur Premanandi Sham Veda Bhakta Vrinda Ki all glories to some devotees, all glories to some devotees, all glories to some devotees, all glories to Sri Guru Gauranga, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Less than 1 minute.
Hare Krishna. So we are very fortunate to have amongst us His Grace Navina Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So Prabhuji has started his spiritual journey in Iskcon at the age of 15 in 1984, and from the last 40 years Prabhuji has been guiding, inspiring devotees in book distribution. So Prabhuji directs the Vaishnava Academy in Mayapur, and he has earned his Bhaktivedanta degree from Mayapur Institute. Prabhuji has served as community chairman of Mayapur, India, the biggest multinational faith community, and also he has served as board of directors of Sri Mayapur International School. And Prabhuji also has started a spiritual center and community in the heart of San Francisco. Prabhuji currently travels and delivers seminars and workshops on Sankirtan. And recently Prabhuji also has written a book on book distribution, Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which you can also avail at the end of this session. So where he presents his realizations on book distribution. So we are very, very fortunate to have Prabhuji amongst us today to share his experiences on book distribution and inspire all of us in Srila Prabhupada Book Distribution Sankirtan. So let us heartily welcome Prabhuji by once loudly chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 13th chapter, Rahugana converses with Jat Bharat. And this is prose, so we're not going to chant it in unison, but I'm just going to read it. Shishukuvacha ityevam uttara matak savai brahmarshi sutta sindhupataya atma satatvam viganayatak paranubhava paramakarunika tayopadishya rahuganena sakuranam abhivandita charana apurnarnava eva nibritta karanorni ashayo dharanim imam vichachara. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Shukadeva Goswami continued, My dear king, O son of Mother Uttara, there were some waves of dissatisfaction in the mind of Jat Bharat due to his being insulted by King Rahugan, who made him carry his palanquin. But Jat Bharat neglected this, and his heart again became calm and quiet like an ocean. Although King Rahugana had insulted him, he was a great Paramahamsa. Being a Vaishnava, he was naturally very kind-hearted, and he therefore told the king about the constitutional position of the soul. He then forgot the insult, because King Rahugana pitifully begged pardon at his lotus feet. After this, he began to wander all over the earth, just as before. Purport, in Srimad Bhagavatam 3:25-21, Kapiladev describes the symptoms of great personalities. Titikshava karunika suridam sarvadehinam. A saintly devotee is certainly very tolerant. He is the friend of all living entities, and he does not create enemies within the world. A pure devotee has all the qualities of a sadhu. Jat Bharat is an example of this. Due to the material body, his senses were certainly agitated when he was insulted by King Rahugana. But later, due to the king's humble submission, Jat Bharat excused him. It is the duty of everyone desiring to return to Godhead to become submissive like King Rahugana and beg pardon of Vaishnavas one may have offended. Vaishnavas are generally very kind-hearted. Therefore, if one immediately submits himself at the lotus feet of a Vaishnava, one is immediately cleared of offensive reactions. If one does not do so, the reactions will remain, and the results will not be very palatable. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnanjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupagadam Dadati Swapadantikam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Giradhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langaite Girim Yat Kripadamaham Vande Sri Gurudinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhyevacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. So here in this part of Srimad Bhagavatam, we have the interaction between Jat Bharat and Maharaj Rahugana. Jat Bharat had been insulted, and as it is stated here, naturally, there was some reaction. It's normal that there is some dissatisfaction in your mind when you're being neglected or insulted. Have you ever been neglected or insulted? Has your mind ever got disturbed? No. You're all Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. All peaceful, all good. No, it does happen. So then there's different courses of action that you can take. Either you can retaliate, you can confront the person or the situation, and oftentimes that just makes things worse. Have you noticed that things will escalate, things will get very explosive? But here, Rahugana Maharaj, he did the right thing. He realized, because he was a king, he was very intelligent. He realized, I made a mistake. I done something wrong. So immediately he rectified. So if you make a mistake, okay, so be it. But immediately should rectify. You don't wait. Oh, maybe later, we'll see what happens. No. As it says here at the end of the purport, otherwise the results will not be very palatable. You don't want to wait till things get worse. So, but just speaking from the perspective of Jat Bharat, it's natural that he got upset, yet again his heart became calm and quiet like an ocean, because first of all, he's focused on Krishna. And when you're focused on Krishna, you're connected to the source of all existence, which means that nothing can touch you. If you know, I'm Satchit Ananda, I'm eternal, I'm wise, I'm blissful, no one can touch you. You become a superhero. You want to become a superhero? No. You know you're already Hyderabad, right? This is where it's at. So, but it's important to have that philosophical understanding, and also to be deeply absorbed in one's bhajan, in one's spiritual practice. Then nothing can really upset you. Nothing can really disturb you in a major way. But naturally, the mind, it will have its fluctuations. It's to be expected. And according to what is happening in the world, we get affected. It's normal. It's natural. Just like when Vidura heard that all his family members had been killed, everyone is gone. Naturally, he was affected. He felt aggrieved. He felt upset. And he asked the same question again. What happened? Prabhupada says his question was not practical. It was psychological. He needed to talk about it. No, so some people, they process by talking about it. Other people, they process in different ways. Others, they eat. Others, they go and, they go to the workshop and they do something practical like that. Others just take their mind off it and do something completely different. So there's different ways how to process. Yet, here we have a very good insight in human psychology, and not only that, but in Vaishnava behavior. Srila Prabhupada says here that being a Vaishnav, he was naturally very kind-hearted. He quotes Kapila Dev, Titikshava karunika surida sarvadehinam ajata shatrava santa sadavak sadhu bhushanaha. So the ornaments of a devotee are not his gadgets. It's not, nice gold watch and nice tilak and nice clothes and nice goodie this and that. No. But his good qualities, like titiksha, tolerance. Okay, it's okay, fine. Never mind, it's all right. That is the sign of a great personality, when there is tolerance. People think that if they're intolerant, if they're arrogant, they think this is where it's at. This is good. Because that's what's being portrayed, right? In the media, in social media, in the news, in television, in movies. People think, no, it's my turn. I just came from Bangalore just now. And I don't know about here, but traffic there is horrendous. It's incredible. And everyone's trying to cut in front constantly, non-stop. So, one time I was in Bhubaneswar with my Gurudev, and we were about to board a flight. Now, Bhubaneswar is a small airport. There's only 2 counters. Both said Air India Mumbai. One had a long line of people, and the other one had no line of people, but both had an agent. So me, being me, I go up to the counter where there's no people. And I think I have to do service for Gurudev. It's okay. We're going first. Let's check in bags and ho gaya. Huh? So as I turn around, I watched, and my Gurudev, he was already at the end of the long line. And I realized bhakti is not about being faster. It's not about being smarter. It's about doing the right thing. Everyone's watching. Oh yeah, Iskcon Valas. Yeah. Cutting across. Okay. I get it. Yeah. Everyone's watching, huh? You noticed? Everyone's watching. They may not say anything, but they're watching and they're thinking, huh? But he did the right thing. He went at the end of the line. You know, everyone gets there at the same time. You're on the same flight, so what does it matter? Huh? Whether you board first, you get off last. That's part of my karma, that usually I'm the first guy to get off the plane and the last guy to get picked up at the airport. You know, it's just story of life. You have to live with it. Nothing you can do. Huh? So, titiksha, to be tolerant. Okay, it's fine. Yeah. That requires an inner sense of satisfaction. I'm not taking satisfaction in retaliating. I'm not taking happiness in causing pain to others, either psychologically or verbally or physically. But no, I want you to be well. Okay, you made a mistake. All right, it's good. Let it go. Huh? So, karunika, to be merciful, to be kind, to understand that the world is a rash place. It's a hard place. Everyone is facing struggle. So be kind, be nice to people. Be nice to people on the way up, because it's the same people, you will meet them on the way down. Okay? So be nice to everybody. And you can only be nice if you really understand what is Krishna consciousness. Because just being polite does not do it. Huh? Just being formal does not do it. Why? Because the modes are continuously fighting for supremacy. One moment you decide, I want to be a nice person. Hare Krishna. And the next moment, your mind convinces you, no. This is no. We need to make a point here. Have you noticed how the modes are constantly fighting for supremacy? There's no stability. There's only one constant. What is it? It's change. It's constantly changing. And nobody likes change. Hare Krishna. Nobody likes change except a wet baby. A wet baby likes change. So, these qualities, they develop when we practice bhakti. Why? Because our satisfaction does not depend on externals. We're not fazed by the externals of this world because we have inner satisfaction. Atmaramas chamunayo nirgrantam apiurukrame kurvanti mahaitukim bhaktim itvam bhuta guno hari. You can read Chaitanya Charitamrita, all the different explanations by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on this Atmarama verse. Very beautiful. Huh? Are you self-satisfied? Not just santusht, not just I'm okay, but actually connected to the source, to Krishna. Then, as it is explained here, if you're as deep as the ocean, you cannot create a storm in the ocean. That's why they say, don't try to boil the ocean, you know. Find one small spot and try to make some difference there. Like you're doing here. So, yes, we can be concerned about the state and the world and what's going on out there. That's my circle of concern. But what's my circle of influence? It's right here. Right? It's right here. If you can reach yourself, you're doing good. So, that's what we're learning here. And when somebody insults you, you have different options. You can retaliate. You can accept it and understand, okay, this is part of my karma. This most likely, one time there was a fellow, he went to Prabhupada, and he was constantly shouting and yelling and arguing and so on. And the devotees, they got very annoyed with that fellow. They wanted to throw him out. And Prabhupada said, no, it's okay. I probably offended him in one of my previous lives. So it's okay. It's fine. Just accepted it. Because sometimes when you react, it makes it worse. Have you noticed? When you react, it makes it worse. You want it to be over. Just like something is itching. And then you react, right? And you start scratching. And then it itches more. And you scratch more. It itches more. You scratch more. All of a sudden, it's bloody mess. Huh? And it takes a long time to heal. But if we can just tolerate, because we understand, okay, matra sparshas tu kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukada agama paino nityas tamsti tikshasva bharata. That's important to know. But not just know theoretically, but to apply it in one's life. How do you go from knowledge to realization? Information without application does not lead to realization. And without realization, there's no transformation. There's no change. Right now, you're all looking pretty nice. But what happens once you get out into traffic? What happens when you're back out in the job? Are you back in the rat race? Or are you still in your happy, jolly, devotional self? So, that is the test. The test. So many of you are still students. You're still in school. But you have to know that the school of life is what happens when you're not in school. It's called the real world. And there it will be tested whether we've learned the lesson. It will be tested whether we actually paid attention. So, here in this part of the Bhagavatam, we have wonderful dialogue, wonderful discussion between Jat Bharat and King Rahugana. And they're bringing out many, many valuable teachings of the Bhagavatam. So, we should understand that no matter what you do, somebody will object. Somebody will not like it. It's the way of the world. So you can't please everybody. Have you tried to please people? We have all tried, right? Have you succeeded? No. Right? They always say, no, it's not good enough, or this was wrong, or no, you could have done that also. Why didn't you say this? Have you noticed how everybody's a critic? Everybody knows how to give critique. So, we just have to accept. We just have to tolerate. And be able to extract the essence. Just like Jat Bharat. He extracted the essence of what Rahugana was throwing at him. And he was seeing it in a Krishna conscious context. And he was giving it back in a way that the king could actually learn something. That's expertise. That's expertise. But that requires that you have to be balanced. You have to be really peaceful and calm. Otherwise, you can't do that. You get caught up in the action. How long is class? Because we have a long schedule today. So I'm just trying to know till what time? How much more? 30 more minutes. Okay. So if there is some mistake, try to rectify it immediately. Don't let it go on. Just address it and try to resolve it. Okay? It says fire, death, and disease should be eradicated. Don't let it linger around. Otherwise, it can destroy you. If you see you have done something wrong, correct it. Apologize. Rectify. Make good. Not just, oh yeah, it's okay, it's fine. No. And then that means we have to take responsibility. Responsibility means the ability to respond. If you don't respond, you're not responsible. So, that's what we learn here. And these are very, very helpful instructions for those who are trying to share Krishna consciousness. Because people will neglect you. They will insult you. They will attack you sometimes. You know, Jaga and Madai, they attacked Lord Nityananda. Yet he tolerated. And when Lord Chaitanya wanted to retaliate, he said, no. Actually, they didn't mean in a bad way. They were just a little confused. So please, don't kill them. Just give them to me. I'll take care of them. So, one time I was in Mumbai. I was about to board a flight. And there was one loud American. You know what a loud American is? He knows. He's been there. People who are very loud, not just volume, but just in the way they behave. So he looked at me. He was standing in front of me in the line, a businessman. And he turned around and he looked at me. And he said, what are you trying to do? You're trying to be a monk or what? Like just, kind of throwing it at me, right? So I reached into my bag and I pulled out a Bhagavad Gita and I said, yes, I've been trying for 30 years. And this is a gift for you. And I gave him Bhagavad Gita. And he got a little shocked, system error, system error, system error, system error, system error. Because he had said something very kind of pointed and he got a gift. So it was not what he expected. So he said, well, can I give you something? And I said, normally we don't take anything. But with you, I'll make an exception. He said, well, what should I give you? I said, some people give their life. Okay, just give $1 million. I mean, you're a big guy, right? Huh? And then I saw the lady picked up the mic and she started to announce the flight. I know I have 5 seconds and everybody starts moving. So I said, just give 1,000 rupees. So he gave me 1,000 rupees and we boarded the flight. The point I'm trying to make is that if you can tolerate small, little problems, then Krishna will give you great opportunities. Because people will see, oh, this person is different. This person is not reacting like normal people. And then there is an opening for discussion, for samvad, an opening to insert Krishna into the conversation, an opening to give someone a book. Sometimes you can't reach people. Have you noticed how people are sometimes outside of our reach? You have noticed, right? But when we are taking it and being tolerant, then Krishna opens up the opportunity for preaching. One time I was in Miami and there was a lady. She was yelling at her phone. Have you seen people yelling at their phones? No. Not here in Hyderabad, right? They don't do this, yelling at phones, right? So I had 2 choices. Talk to her or ignore her. Who would ignore the lady who is yelling at the phone? Okay? Who would talk to her? Who abstains? Who is confused? Who is asleep? Who doesn't understand English? Of course I talk to her. I'm a hockey player. I love confrontation. I told the lady, right now, your mind, is it your best friend or your worst enemy? Are you mindful or mindless? She said, I'm so angry, I could scream and yell at the whole world. But keep talking, it's working. So we had a little samvad. We had a little moment of heart-to-heart discussion. And I told her, did you notice that most people and most situations are outside of our control? Have you noticed that? But the way we respond to people and situations is always under our control. She started smiling. She said, I get it. I understand what you're trying to tell me. I'm going to go home now and read these books. So she took all the different books I had and she walked home. Happy, changed person. Before, yelling, screaming her head off, going pagal. And now, life is good. All fine. I could not reach her, but Krishna could reach her. So, how do you know whether your bhajan is solid? How do you know whether your japa is good? How do you know? Tadvigyanartam sa gurumeva vigachet samitpani shrotriyam brahmanishtam. Formally, anyone can light fire with mantra? Any? No? No gurukul? No mantra valas? No? All teki valas? So, but now, how do you know whether your bhajan is actually solid? Well, very simple. You go out on the street and you test. You start talking to people. And then they ignore you, they insult you, they challenge you, they argue with you, and then you see how you react. That's how you see where you're at. That's how you can measure your spiritual health. Okay? Otherwise, you may think, oh, I'm a sadhu. I'm a great scholar. I'm very advanced. Huh? So, Krishna consciousness is not an external thing. It's not a zip code. It's not a hairstyle or a tattoo or a secret handshake. It's Krishna consciousness. Krishna Bhavanamrita, Sangha. So you have to be in that mood, that spirit of remembering Krishna in every situation, especially when things are difficult. Huh? Especially when things are difficult. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So you're here in this beautiful temple. It's a historic place. Srila Prabhupada came here many, many times. And it is the hub. Many things are happening here. You may think, look around, not a fancy neighborhood, not a posh type of a situation. But Hyderabad is speaking to the world. Because Hyderabad is serving the world. So you're connected with the world. So you can actually just be here and you can reach the world if you are deep, like the ocean. But if you're like the water in a fishbowl, it's easy to cause a storm in a fishbowl, right? You stick your finger in there and did you ever do that? Put your hand in the aquarium and make some waves? Yes? If not, you had a miserable childhood, okay? You have to try that out, right? And so, but then you realize it's a storm in a fishbowl. It's meaningless. It doesn't really mean anything. If you want to have bigger impact, you have to connect with Krishna. Because Krishna is the source of all existence. And then if you're deep in your bhajan and you develop these qualities because you're associating with the sadhus, Bhavadvida Bhagavatas Tirtha Bhuta Svayam Vibho Tirti Kurvanti Tirtani Svantakstena Gadabrita. Vidura was addressed by Yudhishthir Maharaj that saints like you are verily holy places personified. Because you have to go to holy places, take a lot of bath, do a lot of yagya and parikram. But if you associate with true sadhus, in one moment, lava matra, something can change, something can transform right there and then. And that's what we're seeing right here with Maharaj Rahugana and Jat Bharat. And if you want to have that moment of transformation, you have to be open. You have to be willing to take a little bit of chastisement, to take a little bit of the hard talk, and to take it and to appreciate it. Because people who correct us, they're our friends. People who flatter you, they're your enemies. Okay? So all your so-called friends who say how great you are, they're just trying to push you over the cliff so that they can get higher. But those people who actually bother to invest energy into you and saying, okay, you could do better. You could do this, you could do that. Stop doing this, stop doing that. They actually care about you. Because if you don't care about a person, you just ignore them. You just say, Hichulagbena. Doesn't matter. Just leave him be. So, we're very fortunate that we have this Iskcon society where there are practitioners, peer assessment. We have this sadhu sangha. How do you cut a diamond? With another diamond. So that's what we're doing right here. We're putting all the diamonds together and then we do Harinam Sankirtan. There's friction. And in this way, you create all these beautiful facets of a diamond. Because right now, your diamond's in the raw. But it takes work. It takes refinement to develop those good qualities. And that is the process of Harinam Sankirtan. Because in this Kali Yuga, the process is not meditation. The process is not deity worship. It is not fire sacrifice. They can all be helpful as long as there is Harinam Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And these books are written kirtan. So when you go out and distribute Prabhupada's books, this is high sadhana. So many devotees are asking me, how can I chant better rounds? How can I be more focused? How can I read more? How can I get up early? Does Arjuna or Sachin have a problem with exercise? Do they have a problem with diet? Do they have a problem with discipline? No. Why not? Because they have a mission. What's your mission? Do you have a mission? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Make it through the week? Get a little better pay? What is your mission? If you have the mission that's actually successful, Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtan, if you team up with Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement, then all these things, discipline, diet, punctuality, honesty, introspection, humility, this is a side benefit, part of the package deal. But if you're trying to go after these qualities individually, you'll never get anywhere. You're never going anywhere. So, we're hiring. Anybody needs a job? We're hiring. The Sankirtan movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the greatest opportunity. Become a spiritual entrepreneur. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the biggest capitalist. He's opened the storehouse of love of Godhead, and he's distributing the content wildly to the whole universe. And he said, anybody who helps me to share this opportunity of prem with every man, woman, and child, I will empower. I will bestow my blessings, my mercy on them. Krishna Shakti Vinanahe Tara Pravartan. You want to become empowered? This is your chance. It's not about how many shlokas you know, how well you can throw water this way, that way. It's about teaming up with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right now, I see a ton of potential here, but I also see confusion. I also see comfort zone. I also see a few other things. So, there's tremendous potential individually, but I don't see a team yet. Do you see a team? There is, right? Coming up. Just now coming. So, we have to improve our team dynamics. And that's what we're going to talk about in the next couple of sessions. Communication, cooperation, and love and trust. We're all on the same team. We're all trying to do the same thing. One team, one mission, one goal, Krishna's pleasure. Yasyadave parabhakti ritadave tata gurau tasyaite katita hyarta prakashante mahatmana. When you please the previous acharyas, when you please Guru Parampara, then all the wisdom of the Vedas will become revealed in your heart. That zip file will unzip. Have you seen files unzip? And everything will be manifest. Right now, it's just a zip file. It looks like code. It's very cryptic. What does this mean? But when you enter into the practice and you actually dedicate yourself through humble service, okay, I'm going to try it out and step outside of my comfort zone. Face the great unknown, called also the public, and start to share Krishna consciousness. Krishna can do the magic, and he can make you say things and do things and experience things that you thought you would never be capable of. It is possible. Today I got up quite early because I had a 5 o'clock flight to Hyderabad. And as I sat down on the seat, the person next to me said, "Oh, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Nice that you're here." His wife just got initiated by Vaishnav Maharaj, and very nice gentleman. I think he's going to come tonight to the other program, in the other place. That what is it called? Cyberspace? Cyberabad? To your cyber cafe location. So, and there are devotees everywhere. But if we're not in the right mindset, we can miss them. We can miss them. In fact, everybody's a devotee. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti Sadhya Kabunoi Shravanadi Shuddha Chitta Koryodoi. This will be reawakened. This original nature will be reawakened. By what? By practice. By practice. Questions, comments, or reflections? Sorry, I'm still landing. The landing gear is out, but I'm still landing. So you got to give me a little while till I get into, zip code Hyderabad. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Any
Any
questions,
questions
comments, or reflections?
You
We have a
can
few minutes.
raise your hands. That mic can come to you.
We also brought a few books for you. We bought a few gifts. Christmas came early. Or Diwali came late, however you want to see it. If you feel you missed out, you didn't get a gift, you deserve a gift, this is your chance, okay? But with every gift, there is always something attached, right? There's some commitment. Okay, anyone? Yes. Somebody should bring the mic. Pass the mic.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, very blessed. So,
Close.
all wisdom, all Vedas, wisdom will be opened in the heart. So, how can you, sir, explain it more? Like how to get all the Vedas in our heart, totally, the essence, wisdom. Like even the small devotees like Prahlada, only with one mantra, he got liberated.
Right
Even
now, you go to friends' houses sometimes? Do you have friends?
many.
Or you just live online? Huh? What's the first thing you do when you go to a friend's house? What do you ask?
Directions.
Huh?
Directions.
What do you ask people when you go to a friend's house? First thing you ask. No. What's the Wi-Fi password? Because you see, you have signal, but there is no password. So right now you have Gyan, you have all this information because you have good stock, you have good DNA, you have good background. But you're missing the access code. You can't get in there. What is the access code? Trinada Pisunichina, Taroriva Sahishna, Amanina Manadina, Kirtaniya Sadahari. How you become humble. You go outside of your comfort zone, you talk to new people. They don't know that you have 3 PhDs and you have 5 kids and you manage 10 companies, and they don't care. All they want to know is, you have the goods, I got the money. Did you bring the goods? Okay, let's deal. But if they look at you and they see some grumpy young woman or some middle-aged, confused man, then they say, I don't want to end up like you. So, Pratyakshavagam dharmyam susukam kartumavyayam. People want to see, is this process working? How will they know? Not theoretically, but practically. Is it working for you? Are you happy? What did Prabhupada say? Chant Hare Krishna and be depressed. Chant Hare Krishna and be morose. Chant Hare Krishna and be confused. Chant Hare Krishna and be argumentative and loud. No. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. And here in India, it's be happy. Right? So, but are you feeling that happiness, that bliss of Krishna consciousness? So-so, right? So-so.
Devotees satsang, with devotees satsangs much.
Yes. So, by the pleasure of Guru, yasya prasadat bhagava prasadho yasya prasadan nagati kutopi. By the pleasure of Guru, everything is achievable. And if you don't have blessings of Guru, then you may be the greatest scholar. Huh? You may be Durvasa Muni. You can pull out hairs and create big fiery demon. But what's the point? Huh? You may be so knowledgeable, but then you drown in small puddles of anger. Have you seen people who are drowning in small puddles of anger? And they're tripping over their own ego, their own abhiman? Huh? This world is very polarized, it's very tense, so much litigation, so much fighting, so much backbiting, so much envy, so much abhiman, even in spiritual institutions. Why? Because they don't understand the tradition that they're in. For that, we have to go out and face the public and see, okay, maybe I'm not yet there. Maybe I'm not yet a saint. I started when I was 15. I went out and I told people, I'm a monk. And people were looking at me and said, does your mom know that you're here? Old ladies will go and get me chocolates. You know, this is Switzerland, so. And I said, I'm a monk. We don't eat chocolate. And the lady, and I realized, don't be an idiot. Somebody wants to give you a gift, accept it. Okay? So I realized there is some learning to do. If you think you're perfect, if you think you're done, you're done. You ever done an exam and you thought, that's it, I'm good, fine, done. When you think you're done, you're done. There is no growth in comfort zone. You have to stay in stretch zone. So that's why we're here. To make you feel you need to stretch a little bit. Because it's easy to become complacent. You got a good thing going here. But we're here because of the tears, the blood, sweat, and tears and prayers of our ancestors. That's our credit. That's what we're living off. And we should ask ourselves, what is my contribution to this great Iskcon movement? I didn't build all this. I just got here in an Uber Deluxe. So, Prabhupada would walk and save the bus fare. He would go to bed hungry because he didn't have money for food. Walking to New York City. It's a dangerous place. Didn't have any friends, any connections. But yet he was willing to try. And he just stood in a park and chanted Hare Krishna. The policeman came and said, you can't stand here. Cannot stand here on the grass. So he went to the pavement. Can I stand here? Yeah, here it's okay. All right. But don't try again, okay? He left no opportunity unexplored. He placed his books in different bookstores. And every 15 days he would go by and, check the stock, put more books, collect money. One lady, bookseller, she said, are you from India? And he said, yes. She said, I love India. He said, what do you like about India? She says, I like Indian food. What do you like? Samosa. Next time, Prabhupada brought samosa for her. Why? She's his Sankirtan devotee. She's distributing his books. So Prabhupada invested. He invested. He cooked, cleaned, preached, wrote, published, did everything. Till one day, one young man asked, Swamiji, can I help you? And Prabhupada said, yes. I thought nobody would ever ask. He thought maybe they had moms who did everything for them. Maybe they're rich kids. Maybe they had maids, So, there is so much service opportunity. It's unlimited. But if we miss it, we think, oh, where is the paneer in the sabji? Only khichdi. Then we see what's missing. We don't see what we have. I just came from Ukraine. You heard of Ukraine?
Yes,
Yeah?
sir.
It's not like playing video games, When there's drones flying and bombs going down, we had a bomb going off 300 meters from the temple. Just blew out a whole factory. When you see people, not getting into scenarios, then you realize this is real. Kali Yuga is real. You're living in a very protected, very peaceful, very sattvic environment. Don't take it for granted. It can change like this. Amala jala jala jivana talamala. How safe is a drop of water on a leaf, on a lotus leaf? How safe? How safe is a tekivala here in Hyderabad? How safe? How safe is your job? One morning you switch on your phone and it says terminated. Your chip is not valid anymore. Give the laptop back at security gate. And it's not just in the movies, it's a reality. At some point, everything goes back. You have to give back your body. You got to give back the mind. All that remains with you is the bhakti you received and the bhakti you have shared. That's all. That's your credit. Everything else, manodharma. Nobody cares which jati, which school, how much money, what accomplishments. So, we would like you to take this leap of faith and venture out into the great unknown, out of comfort zone, because that's what Prabhupada did. That's our parampara. That's what Chad Bharat did. That's what Lord Nityananda did. Huh? They went door to door. Bhaja Krishna, Bolo Krishna, Koro Krishna Shika. Huh? Chant Hare Krishna, follow Krishna's instructions. Surrender your life to Him. And because people don't listen so well, you just give them a book. It's much easier. Have you noticed that as soon as you start speaking, people become argumentative? I almost missed the flight. There was one guy who said, there's 8 people in my party, they have to get on the flight. And 5 agents tried to tell that guy, you better sit down right now, otherwise we offload you. Your 8 friends are not going to make it. You know, the flight is closed. And he got so argumentative, and for like 7 minutes, he was just arguing with them. Have you seen how stubborn people are here in the South? You have seen, right? Because they're using their smartness, but in the wrong way. You should use it in the right way. Otherwise, it will be an obstacle. The guy almost held up the flight. He wanted to run off to go to the gate to get these guys back. You know what that means? They will search the whole plane because they think this guy went in to, not going to mention the word, to do some of those things. Huh? So we don't realize that sometimes in the name of doing good things, we can actually do the opposite. So we have to learn. That's what we're here for. Last question.
Very blessed.
Anyone else? All clear? There.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Please
Krishna.
accept my humble obeisances. Prabhu, you said about the stubborn people, like there are some stubborn people. So even in our own life, like when we have some stubborn people around us, who also hinder our Krishna consciousness, how do we deal with them? Like,
Depends what your relationship is with them. If it's a person on the street, just say Hare Krishna, thank you, have a nice day, and move on. Huh? There's enough people in Hyderabad. Have you noticed? Yeah. So if you go fruit picking, you pick the right fruits. If you try to open nuts, you open the ones who are easy, right? Not the hard ones. Yes, you can take the hammer and smash it, but then it's not going to be nice, So don't put too much energy into people who are argumentative. Ishvarata dadineshu baliseshu dvisachucha prema maitri kripa upeksha yakaroti samadhyama. Upeksha. Let them be. They're not ready yet. Give them a little time. Okay? But if they're friends, relatives, family members, colleagues, in the school, at the job, you have to be a little more diplomatic. Yeah? You tolerate, be nice with them, give them some prasad, but don't get into arguments. Waste of time. Pure waste of time. Okay? So you keep a little book and you say, okay, arguing, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now, no more. I'm no more going to argue. Finish. Don't make the same mistake more than 10 times. Okay? Have you noticed how much time you can waste with arguing with people? And it gets you nowhere? You have noticed. Okay, so you're smart. It's good. All right, bonus. Anyone else?
thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
You're welcome. Everybody's self-satisfied. Or they're just hungry. It's time for breakfast. Huh? That's the biggest preoccupation of a bachelor, right? Where is breakfast? I need breakfast right now. Now I'm quite peaceful because I already had breakfast. So we need a mic up front here. So you tell them how it works with the books. And last one. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, in our daily life, we will talk to so many members, spirituality, materially. While talking, the fear is disturbing us. If we talk to that person, means what will happen to me? In
Just
service,
give me one sentence with a question mark. You know that one thing with the question mark? And the rest I will understand. It's not clear. I need the sutra. Fearful. They may. So what do you want to do? What's the solution? You go to Himalayas? Huh? What does Prahlad Maharaj says? Prayena deva munayaksva vimuktikama maunam charanti vijanena parartanishtam naitan vihaya kripanan vimumuksha eko. What's the last one? Help me. Anybody? Nanyam tvarasya sharanam brahmaton upashye. Don't go to the Himalayas. Don't try to go to the forest and do mauna. No! Go to the big cities like Hyderabad. And show mercy, not your mercy, His mercy, Krishna's mercy. And then, don't worry, no one can touch you. This, chuta. How you say chuta? Huh? It's unclean, impure. Chuta? Huh? Juta. Everything is juta. Huh? Juta. Fear-based, right? A doctor is in the hospital. In the hospital, there's every possible disease. But because the doctor is very vigilant, and he keeps it sterilized, and he keeps a very clean and hygienic and a very sober mind, he's not affected by that. So you have to have that surgeon mentality. Okay? And if you're humble and you take shelter of the holy name, and you know that it's Kali Yuga, it's a dangerous world, then by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, you will become more effective. And don't worry, Maya won't touch you. But if you think, I'm just going to stay by myself and I'm going to be peaceful, Om Shanti Shanti. No, Shanti Nahe. No, it's not going to be peaceful. Why not? Because your mind is chanting, Rupi, 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 Rupi. Oh, this is me being very spiritual. Okay. This is me chanting Hare Krishna. This is me being a great sadhu. Huh? Does this resonate? I know you don't do social media and you don't do selfies and you're beyond that stuff. I'm just making the point. That's why the acharyas say when you're feeling bhava, when you're feeling emotion for the Lord in your heart, don't reveal it to your mind. Because your mind will profane it. He will make it mundane. He will try to capitalize on it. And what happens? Poof! It's gone. The moment is gone. Because you ruined it. So compassion is a practical process to show Krishna's mercy to others. And don't worry, Krishna's got your back. Okay? Hare Krishna. So I'd like to thank Sri Ram Prabhu and his team for organizing my South India tour and for bringing me here and, taking care of me, feeding me, tolerating me, and all of that. And it's not easy, I know, because I have to live with myself. And that's a challenge in and of itself. It's not easy being me. And so we brought a few books here, and he's going to explain how it works.
Thank you, Navina.
Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki,
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki,
Jai.
Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hare Bol. His Grace Navina Prabhu ki. When he called me to get these books, it's a Bhadra campaign going on, and he was in Ukraine distributing Bhagavatam sets. I think he distributed more than 25 Bhagavatam sets while the bombs are going on in Ukraine. So he has had decades of experience in book distribution, and he's a sadhu traveling all over the globe for many years, many decades. And here with us in Hyderabad, we're all fortunate to have his association. He was came last few days in Bangalore, and he's going to spend 2 days in Hyderabad with his busy schedule. Bangalore, Haribol. There are few books left. We don't have many books. There are only few 100 books came to Hyderabad. You have opportunity to take the books from hands of Navina Prabhu for a few more minutes here. And there is a session at 11 o'clock at Dwaraka Hall. There is more insights, more experience, more practical tips how to distribute Srila Prabhupada books which is our mission of our family business of Srila Prabhupada. So you all take opportunity to be with us. There is a program in the evening for devotees in Hyderabad. It's an evening program in Secunderabad. So many more to come. So please come around, take these books, become a Sankirtan devotee of Srila Prabhupada.
If you don't like the way how your life is going right now, if you don't like how the world is going, if you're looking for meaning and purpose, something more sublime than just survival, this is your chance. This is your opportunity.
Hare Krishna. I just read a few pages from, I got it from Vrindavan. I almost 20%, 30% I read. There is no quotes. We all get inspiration. It's a real experience. It's a realization of Prabhu which has written, and it's a nectar. It's really nectar I could see. Please, this is a greatest opportunity for all of us. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Prabhu will be there for a few minutes. Devotees can come here and collect.
What do you want them to do? You want them to buy? You want them to donate it? How does it work?
Whatever you like. If